Hey guys, you're here with Janitra once again. I think this will be my last video for the weekend. I've had some video withdrawals and I just kind of threw out a whole bunch of videos this weekend, but this will probably be my last one. In front of me I have an issue of Stampin' Success, which is a magazine or a newsletter type deal for us demonstrators. It's got tons of stuff in it, packed of ideas for us. But I wanted to show you the inspiration for the project that I'm going to show you. This is the Matchbox die, and if you can see in the picture, it's just decorated so gorgeously. Look at this. It's got some hodgepodge hardware on there. This is textured cardstock, you can tell. This little nugget here is really cute, but I just wanted to show you the Matchbox and how cute it is. I mean, I don't know, like, if someone were to give this to me, of course you would eat the candy inside, but what would you do with the box? I would definitely save it and put something in it to keep it because it's decorated so cutely. And, so there it is in the Stampin' Success. And then here's another one that I really like that's decorated in the, this is the Idea Book and Catalog for 2009, 2010. And look at it, it's pretty as well. You can find the Matchbox die in the catalog back here on page 201, and it's at the top. And there it is right there, really cute. But if you don't have the Matchbox die or the Big Shot, I have recreated it for you using the cards, using just plain old cardstock. Now, I don't have the die either, but I think this is pretty close to it. I don't have the Matchbox actual, like a die cut of it. I don't know if this is close to it or not, but if anybody does have the Matchbox die, you could tell me, you know, if this is about the size that it is. So what you're going to need is, this is decorated pretty simple, right? 2 pieces of cardstock. Your bottom layer needs to measure 4 by 5, and I'm not going to make it for you, I'm just going to tell you what to do. So for this bottom piece, you're going to need to measure your cardstock 4 by 5. So here's a piece of cardstock here. This was one of my test bottoms, and it's not 4 by 5, but I'm just going to put it here. So it needs to be 4 by 5, okay? And then you're going to need to score 1 inch on all sides, okay? And then you're going to cut your tabs, and you're going to fold it up, and your tabs down. I would say on the inside, okay? That gives you the bottom part. Now, the top is tricky, so let me just go ahead and tell you that now. You could, instead of score, just wrap it around and then mark, and then, you know, kind of push and score better with a trimmer. But this piece should measure, let's see if I got, did I write the whole measurement down? No, I didn't. Hold on a second, let me get my sticky notes. I've done this so many different times. So, okay, this should measure 3 1/4 by 7 1/4. So let me put it down here on the grid paper. Yeah, so 3 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, so 3 1/4 and then 7 1/4 long. Okay, now you're going to score at 1 1/8, 3 1/4, 4 3/8, and then 6 1/4, or 6 1/2. Now, when you do your 6 1/2, it's going to be snug. So what I did, which I'm not sure of the 1/16 mark, but on my trimmer here, I've got this pink one here. Try to, let me try to focus this. Okay, so, oh, you're not going to be able to see the little tick marks down there. Okay, so at 6 1/2, down here, there's like this little bitty tick mark. right before the 6.5 mark, okay? So, I'm not going to be able to show you guys. And it's not on the grid mark, on the grid paper. Okay, but if you have a trimmer, let me just try to explain to you. You're going to go to 6.5. But then down here on my trimmer, I don't know about other trimmers, but there's a 6.5 mark down here. It's a little bitty mark, and then there's a teeny tiny mark right next to it. That's where you're going to have to score. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I can't, but in the camera view. But so you go 6.5, and then look below your base ruler here and find this little bitty tick mark right before the 6.5 mark, and that's where you're gonna score your last score line. I hope that made sense. And if it didn't, you can just do the cheater method, which is cut your cardstock down to your 3 1/4 by 7.5, and then wrap it around like I did. And this is how I did it. I just kind of put it here and marked, and then turned it this way and marked, and then that way and marked, and then this way and marked, and then last and marked, and then I put it in my trimmer, and I got where the exact measurements were to tell you guys. But like I said, the 6.5 inch mark here, you're gonna go one tick mark before the 6.5 mark and mark that. Okay, so that's the bottom, and it'll fit snug in there. Slides in there. How cute! I've been wanting to recreate the Matchbox for some time now, and I haven't been able to do it, so I'm able to do it, and I want to show you guys. So there it is. Of course, you want to decorate it a little better than I did. This is very simple, but blue is not my color, so I couldn't really. This is just my test box and my template. Remember, always make a template. Put your sticky note out here with scores and any extra points you need to make out. See right there, I put the 1 mark before 6.5, so I can remember to tell you guys. And if you have any type of scrapbooking newsletters, save them, because they can give you tons of inspiration. Like I said, this is the Stampin' Success that we demonstrators get each month, and it's just jam-packed with stories of, demonstrators that are doing their best, and projects and things like that. So if you're not a demonstrator, you wouldn't get this, but if you are a demonstrator, make sure you look in these magazines and find inspiration, because that's usually where I get some of my, color patterns and things like that. And again, this is the remade Matchbox. I hope someone tries this out. I would love to see what you come up with, alright? So thank you, and have a great rest of your weekend. Okay, bye.